So let us say you are working at Reliance Digital and you have got this sales table. You have the data model and everything ready. You also have the calendar table ready. The manager comes to your desk and tells you that, see, this is the sales amount. What I want is, I want rolling sum for the last 3 months. So basically what your manager is saying basically is that this is the table that I have created. Let's say you have this. You have year, you have month, and you have total sales. How do we calculate total sales? We create a simple measure, sum of sales amount. So you have this data. We need a rolling sum for the last 3 months. So let us say you are at the month of June. So 6 plus 5 plus 4, that is the value you will get for the row number 6. That is for 6th month. It will do the sum of 521 plus 631 plus 790. Similarly, let's say you want the value for the month number 5. It will do the sum of 5 plus 4 plus 3. These three values will get added and that value get displayed here. This is nothing but a rolling sum. So how do you exactly do this in Power BI? There is a function in DAX which is called as date in period. So let us do that practically. I will create new measure. Let us name this measure as dates in period, and the function that I was talking about is dates in period. This function is asking for the dates. We all know that when it comes to date we will use calendar date, so that is cal_date. As I said, this is a calendar table created and from that table I am picking up this value. Just in case you're not sure, I will show you the calendar table created, though I have already explained this in my previous videos, the calendar_date. So this is the date that we will be using, and as I already told multiple times, we need to make sure that this calendar table is connected to the sales table. So for this particular data model, as we can see, calendar date is connected to order date. All right, so that is why I have taken cal_date. That will be my first argument. The second argument is start date. Now for start date, I will be making use of the last date function. Why I am doing that? Wait for 2 minutes and you will understand that. But within the last date, I am taking again same cal_date. Okay, and the next parameter is number of intervals. So the number of intervals the manager has requested for the last 3 months, so I will take -3. Interval should be month because we are talking about month here. So after that we have optional parameters, so that is not required, so I'll stop here. And then let us see how does it look here. So okay, so there is one thing that I have forgotten, and that is, we know this is just a date filter. This is just telling you that this is the time period for which I need the data, but I need to give it the expression using the calculate function. If you notice, for all these time intelligence functions, calculate is something that which keeps on coming for the filter context. So anyway, the calculate expression is total sales, then I put a comma. We already have this filter one in the form of dates in period, and then I will stop the, then I will close the brackets, hit the enter, and then we can see the output. And as I said, let's say if you talk about the month number 3, 4 plus 11 plus 8, if you do the sum of these 3 months, you will get 2474. This number you will get. Now the real question is, what is this last underscore date? So if you recollect, the second parameter was start date, and for start date we are using this function. What is start date? Now imagine Power BI wants to do the calculation. Let us say if you are at month number 6 and Power BI wants to calculate the sum for the last 3 months. Now we should tell Power BI from where to start. It should start from the month number 6, last date of the month number 6, then month number 5, and then month number 4. And that is why we are making use of last date function. So it will take last date of 6th month, then 5th month, and 4 months. So -3 month it already knows, and that is how Power BI will know, okay, I have to start from this date. If you don't tell Power BI where to start, how will it know? If you're still not clear, I will show you by creating a separate measure for last date. So let us do one thing. I will click on these three dots, create a new measure. I am doing this just for your understanding. So see, this is last date, and within the dates I will take cal_date. I will close the bracket, and now I will immediately add this. And now if you see, this last date is giving us the last date for each month. For first month 31st is the date when the last transaction was done. For February, 29 was the last date. So this is how Power BI will know that if you are talking about month number 6, we should start from 30th of June. That is a start date. And then it will take for the 3 months entirely. That is why we need last date. So I think you should definitely practice this dates in period function. It is a very common scenario in any organization, in any project. Any client will definitely ask you that how do you find the rolling sum. This is like a very frequently used Power BI DAX function. Now let us talk about one more function that we want to learn. Now let us say again the manager comes to your desk and tells you that I want to find the total sum of sales from 1st January till the end of June. For the first 6 months of 2025, I want total sale. Then how will you find that? So for this case, there is a function in Power BI which is called as dates between. So I will just name this measure as dates between, and in these dates between I need to give the dates. So when I say dates, again first of all I need to give the calendar score date, because that is where the dates are coming from. If you talk about start date, we will say date function, and start date as I said 2025, month is first and day is first, we'll close the bracket, then we put a comma. End date is again date function, and within this date function we will take 2025 here. We wanted the data until June, and last day of the June month is 30. So I will hit the enter. So there is one more thing that we have to do, and that is to use the calculate function. So I'll make use of calculate and say total sales, then again put a comma, then we will close this, and now let us see this in the visual. Okay, so I'm click on this dates between, and see we are getting the uh, sum for the given date range. So using dates between, basically you put the dates manually and get the output for the requested dates. Now at this point of time, whatever I wanted to tell you about this function is done, but you need to learn to play with these functions. How do you exactly play with these functions? That I will tell you. If you're not interested, you can leave now, but just those who are interested, they can see. Let's say I want to validate this sum of sales for the first 6 months. So I can do that using the total YTD function. So what I will do, I will make use of total YTD function, find the values, and using that I will try to validate this number whether it is correct or not for the first 6 months of 2025. So I will click on new measure. I will make use of total YTD, because that is the job of total YTD. So let us make use of total YTD function, and the first argument is expression. We already know that the expression is total sales that we need to use. Then we need to talk about dates. So I will say calendar score date. For this function we do not need calculate, because we are already having this expression, okay, in this form in this function itself. So calculate is not required, so I'll hit the enter, and let us make use of this in the visual. Okay, so we have this total YTD. Now let us do one thing. So now let us validate the count for first 6 months of 2025. So we can see this is where the end of 2024, and this is where the 2025 year begins. So this is the first month. Then we can see the YTD sum for each month. See, this is 9 plus 2 11. So like that we are getting sum, and at 6 month the sum is 4671264 using total YTD function. Now using the function dates between, we are getting exactly same number for the first 6 months. So this is how you can play using the DAX. You need to understand that you need to practice, and then only you will enjoy this. If you do not enjoy playing with these functions, then what are you doing in data analytics? You need to think about it. Don't be lazy, practice this, and I'm sure that you will enjoy this. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye.